Ho, ho, ho! It's Santa Claus! Thanks for tuning in to the Tom and Joe Auto Show, starring Tom Thorpe, elf recruiting specialist, and Joe Bucci, the real Rudolph leading my sleigh. They're going to talk your Christmas stockings off about everything cool in the automotive world. Welcome, Tom and Joe. And remember, I see you when you're sleeping. Ho, 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 ho.
Welcome, everybody, to the Tom and Joe Auto Show. Episode number 3, special Christmas edition, Joe.
Yeah, it's Christmas time, so why not have a Christmas show?
Oh, I love the idea. You know, we got the tree up and all the presents out. I'm really in the mood. We've got some special Christmas surprises and segments for everybody listening today. I think this is going to put everybody in the mood right before Christmas, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. This is going to be exactly what everybody's looking for, is a Christmas-themed automotive show.
Now we have to address what happened at the beginning of the show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
we can do that.
We had Santa up front.
Yeah, we did. Santa himself.
Yeah, and you know, he left it hanging there a little bit at the end with a statement.
Yeah, he was creeping me out a bit.
Yeah, what? And you know, I why does he need to watch you when you sleep? Do you have any insight you could provide for me on that?
I don't have any answers on that. I can't imagine what I might be doing while I'm sleeping. I don't know if he's like...
Did we get you on the naughty list?
Yeah, I don't know. Could I get on the nice list while I'm sleeping? I mean, I can't do anything really while I'm sleeping.
No, just think it's an old bearded guy watching you your whole life in your sleep.
Oh, you know, Tom, when you add your whole life into it, it gets even creepier.
Yeah, why is he doing this?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does he do this? Anyway, but so let's talk a little bit about our titles. Now, I have a very important title. I'm an elf recruiting specialist.
Right, yeah, that's important.
And you may not be familiar with that term, but, you know, Santa, he needs lots of elves. I mean, there's, you know, kids all over the world. They need toys and stuff. You know, toys aren't getting any easier to make, electronics. You know, it takes a lot of, you know, you need some specialized man or elf power to get this done.
Absolutely. Highly skilled elves.
I need a highly skilled, mobile, tactile resource.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I scan the globe hunting for only the best elves.
There's lots of buzzwords.
I am full of these buzzwords. We have a corporate structure that demands the finest elves from every corner of the globe. Now, you know, there's good elves, there's bad elves. The bad elves, we send those over to the cookie people, you know, Keebler.
Right, I understand.
You know, I don't like to say their name a lot. They're sort of a competitor in this field.
Okay, yep.
But, so that's my main responsibility. Scour the globe, you know, capture these elves. I mean, recruit the elves.
Capture them. Right.
No, that was definitely a slip there. It's recruiting. It's a very friendly two-way process where I sort of get them in a cage, you know?
Do the elves feel the same way, Tom?
Well, sure. Let's say yes.
Let's say that. Okay.
Yeah. They're proud to work for Santa as his personal slave. I mean, assistant, and it's their dream job. Let's say that.
Okay.
So I'm proud to be Santa's elf recruiting specialist. It's an honor, Joe.
I believe it. It sounds like an important job, and somebody has to do it besides Gargamel.
Gargamel, would he steal the Smurfs? What would he do? Or did he just
definitely captured him?
He just gave him a hard time and captured him. He just...
Are elves also approximately 3 apples high? Because that's how big a Smurf is.
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, they range in size. We only want the strong sort of elves, you know what I mean? We don't want any little weak elves, you know. We need strong elves. For the amount of work, they're going to be working 18 to 20 hours a day, Joe.
I understand that, but like I feel like these strong elves would be kind of ham-fisted, and they wouldn't be that good at working at today's modern electronics, circuit boards, and microprocessors and things like that.
We have ways to teach them.
Oh, all right.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, you have ways.
So they love working there. It's a real joy for them. Now tell me about your title. What's this all about? Sounds important.
It's important that you realize that it's important. It's important.
Hey, you have my attention. I got to be honest.
I want to be clear here that there's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and like, whatever, he's cool in the little movie and all that stuff, but it's kind of a ripoff of the real Rudolph.
Huh, you don't say. Okay, so you're
The
calling
real
him out.
Rudolph.
You're calling this reindeer out.
Yeah, because my mom's family name is Rudolph. I mean, that's like we're a whole family of Rudolphs.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
and he's just some guy getting rich off the name.
Oh, man, yes. An imposter, if you will.
Yeah, he is.
Well, you make a strong case, Joe. I mean, calling Rudolph out this close to Christmas, I mean, it seems sort of, I don't know. It takes some grapefruits on your part, I must say. But
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody understands where I stand. on
okay,
this.
yeah. Well, you've been, I hear you loud and clear. You'll get no question from me on this matter.
All right, I'm not like trying to use any scare tactics.
No.
or anything like
Of
that.
course not. And my elf work is all on the up and up. Let me just
Right.
clarify that. Let me be very authoritative about that as well. So
I hope Santa's not listening to us right now.
I know, watching us in our sleep. So, folks, we have got a bunch of Christmassy segments and things for you today. I hope I hope they'll get you in that Christmas mood. And we're going to start it off with, Joe and I are going to play Santa Tom and Santa Joe. So this segment is... Joe, I think this will be a yearly segment. We break this out every Christmas. This is the first annual Santa Tom and Santa Joe. So,
Okay.
So the idea here is we have to choose, what gifts we would get for one another.
Right, yeah. I think if we were going to be Santa Tom and Santa Joe, then that
Yeah.
would be our job.
Yeah, so you've been watching me in my sleep or whatever, and you're coming
Right.
down the chimney. What do you got in the bag there, Joe?
Well, this is pretty cut and dry for me. I know exactly what I would get you for Christmas.
Really? Huh, it sounds
Yeah.
like this just was easy for you almost.
It kind of was, and it was like one of those things where, some Christmas gifts that you get, you're like, someone says, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And you're like, I want a Sony CD player that's black, and that's exactly what you get,
Yeah.
Or someone might get you something, they think that you need something, or they think that you might want something. Like, I think Tom would really like this, But that's not what I'm doing here. If I'm playing Santa for you, I'm getting you what I want you to have. Is that right?
I think so. I thought there was a whole sitting on the lap and telling him what you want kind of thing, and that's what arrives. But
Santa Joe's very different compared to real Santa.
This is different. Okay, I understand. This is different. Yep.
All right, so
Different ball game here.
Santa Joe comes down your chimney, watches you sleep for at least 30 minutes.
30, 40 minutes.
And then,
just breathing
under
deeply.
your tree, he places a couple of cans of epoxy floor coating.
Oh, I know what this is about.
Epoxy floor coating, Tom.
Santa Joe's been watching me work in the garage, laying all over my plain old untreated concrete floor, getting all dusty.
You can't have that, Tom. You just can't.
Little oil stains. Yep, Joe was recently, you've probably seen the videos and such, and Joe spent some time at the Turbo Garage recently, and immediately, Santa Joe that is, and immediately pointed out and noticed the glaring, problem of my untreated concrete floor.
Yes, there's the absence of coating.
Yeah, it was, everything else just top of the line. The just finished and precise, and then you look at the floor, boom, regular old concrete.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. And I agree. And I really had no good answer for you.
No. I mean, I get it. There's like you get the couple oil stains, it adds character, that sort of thing, and some of those coatings can be unreliable, and this is basically turning into a commercial for epoxy floor coating.
And enter the promo code Joe, and you'll receive 1% off of your epoxy coating kit.
I have epoxy coating on my floor.
Yeah, and how do you like it?
Well, it has lots of good points and one bad one, okay?
Yeah.
The good points are that it's very durable. I have dragged transmissions across it. I have welded directly on it, 2 pieces of metal together right on it, and it makes it.
You've actually welded the floor together?
Yeah. But don't get a drop of any kind of liquid or fluid on it and step on it.
Yes, I see.
Because that is the end of you.
You're going down, son, as I say.
That's it. Yep.
Well, that's good firsthand. I know there's a lot of people out there that probably thought about an epoxy coating. I'm glad we got on this subject, actually, because I did think long and hard about it. Now, one deterrent was the amount of space I have.
Yeah.
And actually doing the coating would be a really big job. So that was one, and the cost of it. But really the main thing was I talked to 2 different shops in town who have – the one shop is really nice, a very high volume. They work on European cars and such. And the owner of that shop just totally deterred me from it. He said, no way, it'll scratch up, you'll hate it, this and that. He just went down 20 reasons why I shouldn't do it.
Right.
And the truth is, I probably don't, I wouldn't be as hard on it as they would. I mean, they're a very busy shop and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. It would be a nice thing. It is a good look, and all the reasons you explain make it make a pretty strong argument for sure. Right. And if you're bringing it down the chimney, that means you're helping me apply it.
Definitely. You have to have help.
So, well, that's a good gift, Joe. That's a very thoughtful gift.
All right, you're welcome, Tom.
And now my gifts, I'm saying gifts, plural, just because I had 2 gifts, one being sort of car-related and one not car-related.
Okay.
So let me talk about the not car-related one first.
Sounds good.
And this might be one of those gifts like when you buy your wife a bowling ball that's made for your fingers. It's
right.
for her, but it's sort of for you.
Okay.
Have you heard of the game Goat Simulator?
I have not.
Oh, Joe, it's Christmas morning. Your eyes are opening to a whole new world of excitement and entertainment.
This sounds great.
Listeners, take note. If you haven't heard of this game, Goat Simulator. It's available on PC. It's iPhone app, iPad, everywhere. It's probably on Android. I wouldn't doubt it. It's all over the place.
Okay.
The premise of the game is you are a goat. It's simulating you as a goat.
All right. And that's it?
Dead silence. End story. That's it. As the name would imply, it's very, it's a truth in advertising goat simulator.
Right.
Basically,
life of a goat.
You're a goat like on Rampage.
Okay.
And it's just, you just have to take my word for how awesome this is and how great of a gift this is too.
Yeah, I'm excited to have found this under my tree.
Yeah, this is going to give you hours of entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, really. It's awesome. And so anyway, Goat Simulator, first gift.
Got it.
The second gift, now this is exorbitant. I had to really pull some strings on this one.
Oh, boy, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have overdid it.
Yeah. This is a lifetime unlimited gift card to Harbor Freight.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good because I find that sometimes you have to buy the same tool multiple times at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, well, let me clarify.
Oh.
there's an area in the Harbor Freight in the back
Okay.
where sort of I don't want to call them rejects, but anyway, this is what you have access to.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to call the tools rejects or anything, but these are the ones that sort of come in that, maybe not quite right,
Oh.
You have to improvise a little when you use them, but there's an unlimited supply.
Yeah.
So
Sounds almost useful.
You sound really excited. I'm glad you just imagine the possibilities. Well, this gift comes from the time I went to Harbor Freight. I forget what I was getting, and they were so busy, and the store was really tiny. They since expanded the Harbor Freight in my town, and they told me to go around back to pick up whatever it was. So I go back there, and I was just so blown away. There were just crates and crates of just tools and engines and drills and just crates stacked up everywhere, just cords hanging everywhere. And I said, hey, what is all this stuff? And it's just what either came in and didn't work right off the boat, or what people returned.
Wow. Okay.
And they just get a tremendous landslide of returns at all times.
I believe that.
And they had Joe. They had a pallet, like a big pallet crate, full of engines.
Like, I assume, like, generator engines?
Just like those generator engines, I guess, or little engines that you would just buy from them.
Okay.
There might have been 40 or 50 engines in here, just all thrown in there.
Wow.
And those are the return engines. They just send them back on the boat.
Is that what they do? They just send them back to wherever they were manufactured?
Yep, he said they just go right back. So, anyway, I hope I'm not... divulging any kind of Harbor Freight's dirty secret here or something, but
it could be.
I'm just calling it as I saw it there, as I peeked back into the wrong end of Harbor Freight.
And you somehow acquired lifetime access.
Oh yeah, you can go anytime.
Pallets.
You talk to my man back there.
Okay.
My man Ralph, okay? He's at the back door of the Harbor Freight. I got a special knock for you. You show him the card. You have your choice, free reign over these crates and boxes.
Wow.
Non-working drills, blown engines with the spark plug hole stripped out. I mean, whatever you want, it's all there for you, Joe. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Tom. Whatever I want. I mean,
a wrench that's the wrong size. It says 19 millimeter, but it's like 18 and 3/4 millimeter. You know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. So enjoy that, please. Please enjoy it.
I really appreciate it.
Good at any Harbor Freight in the world, might I add there.
Oh.
So, and I got to say one thing. If I sound a little off tonight, the freaking flu is wiping out my family, Joe.
Oh, I've heard a little bit about this flu that's been going around.
Oh, my goodness. My son, it was spewing out of him like poltergeist today. I mean, my wife's got it. I'm sure I'm aching all over, and I'm like cold sweating right now. I'm sure I probably have it, but I hope you don't catch this terrible Ebola-like flu that is going around right now. My entire household has it.
Oh, well, from what I understand, a good percentage of the guys who went to PRI with me got this flu. But the people that did not get the flu are the bearded people.
So you're saying your beard is some sort of filter?
That's what we're figuring out right now. I just got a message from Fat House himself telling me that the guys with the beards don't have the flu, and he was just checking on me to make sure that I had the same situation, and I don't have any kind of flu symptoms.
Well, I think you may have really stumbled upon something here. I mean, if you go to the airport, you always see some of those people that wear those little masks.
Yep.
I guess they're either protecting themselves or protecting you from what they have. I never really know.
I try not to think about that.
I look away. But it's the same kind of thing. It's like your beard is one of those filter masks.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Huh.
Yep.
Fascinating. If only I could grow one. Jeez. So,
Boy.
so next up on the list here, your favorite Christmas music. Now, can you think of just try to think in your mind a song, just your all-time favorite Christmas. Now, I have mine.
Okay.
So maybe I'll give you some time to think.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Mine is the classic Last Christmas by Wham.
Oh, I've been hearing that on the radio a lot.
Yes, and any radio station that plays Christmas songs, they love that. They will play that every hour on the hour.
Yeah, it's very popular.
Yeah. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. Yeah.
That's it, Tom.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. So that's mine.
All right. That's it? That's your favorite Christmas song of all time.
Yeah, well, I've got a story too, but I'll let you go and then I'll tell you my story. My Christmas music story.
I think that I've always enjoyed Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis.
Oh my gosh, that is a classic right there.
It is.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Yeah, and they sing about the food and everything. They rap about the food and everything. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite Christmas song. Yeah.
I remember the video.
That melody's great.
Yeah. Oh, what a great one. Good choice there, Joe. Not as strong as Wham, but
nah, not really.
It's
but I mean, I have like a runner-up too. I kind of like Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You.
You know what? I love that. I really do. I love that song.
All right. At least we can admit that together.
But unfortunately, there was that video posted recently of her just singing it without any music, like live. Did you see that?
I did not watch the video, but I read a couple of the comments and got the gist of what was happening and chose not to listen.
This is like an impromptu, dude, did you see that segment? It was so popular last time with Runaway Diesel. Folks really liked that. So thanks, everybody, for checking that out.
Yeah, that was cool.
So my quick Christmas music story is we have a gas station in town called Get and Go.
Oh, all right.
I love it. Love that name. And,
yeah, that's good.
So very appropriate, actually. So I was getting some gas there, and one thing about Get and Go, it's a huge place, and they blare the music. They've got some kind of massive pumping system up in the canopy deal there.
Right. Okay.
Just blaring the music down at you, and it's always something, And this time it was a Christmas song, just a traditional, kind of jazzied up Jingle Bells.
Right.
And then the music cuts off. It's da-na-na-na-na. She got a body like a Cadillac. It's that Bang Bang song. I mean, here's 1 second I'm in the Christmassy mood with this really sweet, Christmas wishing you cheer and good health and all this business, and then here comes the Bang Bang song. Bang Bang. I don't even know.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
all that.
it. Backseat of the car.
Loud. This is this is as loud as you can imagine it to be at a gas station. I mean, picture is loud, like almost uncomfortably loud, and there are grand people. Is that how you say grandparents? Grand people?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, there are old folks, young folks, kids, you name it, all walks of life getting gas, walking in and out. And this Bang Bang song is playing at 9/10 volume.
Wow, that's I mean, Jessie J really belts it too.
Oh my gosh, does she ever? And I mean, it was just echoing through there. I mean, it was just a glorious moment to go from that Christmas right into Bang Bang. And it almost makes me think that song could be a future Christmas classic, I think. You know what I mean?
It could be, yeah. Like a couple quick lyric changes, and that could be very Christmassy.
Throw in a little mistletoe, maybe, something like that, and something about. I like where your head's at with that, Joe. So why don't we take a little break? This seems like a good time, don't you think?
Yeah, I think we're ready for a break here.
A little Christmas break.
Yeah, very Christmassy. All right. All right, welcome back, everybody. Here on our Christmas podcast, I want to take this minute to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, a happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that stuff. Can you think of anything else, Tom?
No, and all through the year, I'm just always blown away. I feel like I say this all the time, but we have a loyal following of people who watch the videos and comment, and folks that have jumped on and listened to the podcast and told us what they think, and I'm just always so thankful for that. And so the least I could do is say Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a great one with you and your family, and you get all the cool stuff you've been looking for all year.
Cool, Tom. That's cool. Yeah, I definitely thankful for the community that we're a part of, and I would like to make sure that everybody gets to spend some extra time with their cars this Christmas.
Oh, yes, great one. Now one thing, maybe the listeners can sort of join in on us, this new tradition that we're creating.
Okay.
This is the now, starting new traditions here, the annual eggnog toast.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
So Joe and I, we each have a container of eggnog here that we're going to pour and have a little sip of here with you. Maybe you can do the same. Maybe you're going and grabbing your container right now and filling up a glass. Now, what makes this sort of extra interesting on my end is I've never had eggnog in my life. Never once, never tasted it.
This is complete insanity. I don't understand.
I know. It just wasn't really a thing around my house, and it's just, when I always see it in the store, and I'm intrigued by it, and I just, when the Christmas episode came up, I thought, this is a good time. I need to have this now.
It's always a good time for eggnog.
Now, I'm going to give you my initial thoughts about this.
Okay, this will be interesting.
I'm looking at the bottle here. It's just a small pint bottle that I got from the local, gas station, where you find your finest eggnog, I'm sure, at the gas station. The Get and Go.
Yeah, definitely.
At the Get and Go.
The Get and Go, right.
And so this is premium eggnog, it says. This isn't just your regular run-of-the-mill. This is premium. It looks extremely thick.
Oh, yeah, that's like one of the best qualities of eggnog is the texture, that thickness.
Okay, well, right now, I don't know if you can hear this, but I am taking off there we go, taking off the plastic seal.
Oh, boy.
How much should I shake
suspense.
this? There's sort of a sludge at the bottom. Maybe I should, there we go.
Yeah, you got to shake it a little bit. Is it cold? Is it good and cold?
Ice cold, yep.
Okay, I like it cold.
I'm going to take a little whiff here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Give me a description on that.
That's nice. It's sort of a hazelnutty kind of.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a nice smell actually. Sort of like a vanilla hazelnutty, like an ice cream smell of some sort.
Is that? Yeah, ice cream is a good description for it. Is that Get and Go brand eggnog?
No. This is Weigel's brand.
Oh, Weigel's.
Yes.
All right. Just for reference, mine is Publix brand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And to add to that, I love all eggnog. I've never had eggnog I didn't like.
Oh, really?
But if any of our listeners have a farm store near them, the one where you can kind of drive up
the real
on the
deal.
outside.
Yeah.
Farm store eggnog is the most amazing thing that you will ever drink.
Oh, that's a good tip.
It's like drinking velvet.
What is this, velvet? Okay. Well, that's a good tip, Joe. And I'm about to tell you,
you're welcome.
I'll give you my review of the Weigel's brand here in about a minute. So I'm pouring it. I have a nice glass here. And, what an interesting pour. It just sort of oozes out of the bottle. Okay. Now, it says non-alcoholic right on the bottle.
Yeah, people have a tendency to make it alcoholic, so you got to specify.
Okay, here we go. Getting a nutmeggy scent.
I'm going with you. I got my ball jar full of Publix eggnog here.
Yep. All right. Cheers, Joe. Here we go.
All right. Here we go.
Down the hatch. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you like it?
I do like that.
What are the flavors that are tantalizing your tongue at this moment?
I'm getting like a vanilla, a little cinnamon in there. Definitely nutmeg.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy on the nutmeg, but it's very creamy. It's almost like melted ice cream.
That's what I do. I get melted nutmeg ice cream flavor.
Wow, that is really tasty. I'm looking at the
good stuff.
Pasteurized egg yolks. Okay, it has nutmeg in it. Nutmeg. Modified corn syrup. Don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Well, we're all about modifying stuff.
You know what? I'm not going to look at the label. That is really tasty. You know what? My whole life, I've gone without this.
I don't know how you did it for all those years.
Joe, I'm going to need you to take over on the show. I'm going to sit here and drink eggnog the rest of the entire time. This is delicious.
I'm drinking eggnog the entire time, I can tell you that.
I think Joe is right. You know, Weigel's is a good store. Their milk and everything, it's all really good stuff. I think Joe's on the right track as far as getting quality eggnog, and I'm sure this is good eggnog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really, it's like the thicker, the better.
That is fantastic.
All right.
Okay, wow, what an experience. This is... Okay, well, let's move on to our next topic. So I don't know how we're going to top that one, frankly, but our next segment here is something Joe and I know a little bit about, and that's driving in a winter wonderland. Snow driving.
Yeah, us Northerners know a little bit about that. Unfortunately, if you haven't driven in snow before, it's like as if you'd never drank eggnog before. It's very similar.
It's creamy. It's delicious. There's nutmeg. I don't know, Joe. It's almost exactly like that. Yeah, folks, you probably know I grew up in Pennsylvania. It just snowed like crazy. There was always snow around all winter long, and driving in the snow up there was just part of how you got around. I mean, I remember as a kid, our school bus would pick us up. It would have snow chains on the tires.
Yep.
You know, the roads.
That's just how it is.
The secondary roads were just covered with snow.
Right.
Now, here in Tennessee, if you get any road with snow on it, they cancel school. I mean, wholesale, no school.
Right.
Unless every road is clear. You know, the buses don't run.
State of emergency.
Yeah, the buses do not run if there's any snow on any road, secondary road, whatever. But up north, it's just like you strap the chains on, you strap the snow tires on, you just go for it. Go to work, do whatever, it's no big deal.
Right, yeah, it's pretty normal.
But now the aspect that I always enjoyed being like a 16, 17, 18-year-old driver was the sort of snow rallycross aspect.
Oh, yeah, tons of fun to be had with your vehicle out there in the snow.
And if only I ever had a car that was even mildly appropriate for that sort of behavior. I never did.
Yeah, I actually had a car that was incredibly inappropriate for that kind of driving.
Okay, now tell me about it. What'd you have?
When I was a teenager, actually my first car I drove after I got my license, it was a 1977 Chevy Monza.
Oh, yes.
With a police package 350 in it.
Whoa, dude, police package. I love that.
Oh, yeah. 4-bolt mains,
Uh-huh, yeah.
That thing had a carburetor on it. Let me point that out.
Okay, you got some sort of 4-barrel quadrijet or something on there?
Yeah, so I didn't honestly know that much about it. It had like an aluminum intake, an Edelbrock or something.
Oh, you might have had a Holly or something then.
I know that the previous owner was friends with a friend of mine, so my friend told me that it ran mid-12s in the quarter. So
whoa, you had a fast car. That was your first car?
That was my first car, yeah. My dad kind of helped me pick it out. He was like, I can work on that thing. Get that. I was like, okay.
Man, you had a fast car right from the get-go.
Yeah, I didn't even know what I had. Anyway, it was not a snow vehicle, I can tell you that. It had these 13-inch mag wheels in the back, the slotted aluminum.
Oh, love those, yes.
Yep,
I had a set of those on my old Ford Torino.
Yeah, and it had like the low-profile tires on it. They were kind of wide, and they were definitely not snow tires.
In any rural drive, you had to have snow tires. You had to.
Oh, yeah. There was a specific time I remember we used to hang out in the Dunkin' Donuts in town where I lived, and I almost couldn't get out of the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. Like, we were hanging out there, it was snowing out, snow was accumulating, and it was like, I better get home. And I started my car up, let it warm up for a bit, and when I put it in reverse and let off the brake, the car just moved sideways down the driveway.
When you're a young driver and that happens, it's so terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't know. I couldn't keep the thing straight. I somehow got it out of the parking lot and basically drove it at like a 45-degree angle most of the way home.
Drifting Joe coming down the snow-filled bank there.
I was going like 5 to 7 miles an hour.
Oh,
Tires are just spinning the whole time,
Oh.
And then kind of once I got a little bit used to it, I was getting close to home, and I was driving down this little curvy road, and there were big snowbanks on either side from previous snowstorms, and my car, it was kind of a junky car on the outside, so I was kind of like just swinging the ass end of it into the snowbank, over and over again.
Oh, yeah, getting good at it now. He's showing off a little bit, giving the audience a little something to look at there.
Oh, yeah, I did have a couple friends with me, and we were having a good time smashing the rear quarter into the snow right up until we found a fire hydrant under the snowbank.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could tell you I knocked the thing right off and water was shooting everywhere, but really all it did was screw up my rear quarter.
Oh, did it tear up like the wheel or anything?
No, it didn't hurt the wheel. It just dented the rear quarter.
Hit the quarter panel. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that is... yeah, things will hide in the snow. I remember doing a crazy slide around snow drift thing and hitting this huge bank in a parking lot. And, there was a curb hiding inside the big snow drift there. And totally bent the lower control arm up and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I drove it around, but the wheel was all like, tilted way in there.
Right.
Like,
what kind of car was this?
That was my 69 Mercedes. And I know that sounds really exclusive and wonderful.
It does.
No,
yeah.
This was a $180 car. It was complete rusted. I mean, it was actually kind of decent looking from 20 feet, but you got up to, it was a stick, 4-speed stick. It was an inline 6 with dual 4 barrels on it.
Wow, that's a lot of carburetor.
It got no miles per gallon.
Were they like tiny 4-barrel carburetors?
Well, it's foggy, but I remember it had a gigantic air cleaner on it. It took this humongous air filter and like all these crazy German parts. Yeah, I didn't know what any of this stuff was when I was a kid. Yeah. There was a local customer that, brought it in and offered it for sale, and it was an old her husband's car that passed away or something, but it was a cool car, but definitely past its prime and it rusted out terribly. Yeah. And anyway, but that was like my big snowdrift car. And, here I am with a stick and the snow tires you would get in my town, there were these things called sawdust tires. I don't know if they had those up your way.
It sounds familiar. I've heard of those for sure.
They would mix sawdust in with the rubber.
Okay, yeah.
So that was like the hot setup for snow tires. And they were dirt cheap. They were retreads and everything. And I don't know. I'm sure you weren't supposed to go over, like, say, 50 miles per hour with those, but I definitely remember pegging the speedometer past 100 on the highway many times on those snow tires.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure how I survived. But, snow driving. So if any of you want to share your snow driving stories with us on Facebook, our Facebook page that if you just search the Tom and Joe Show on there, or hit us up at our email address, tomandjoesemail@gmail.com. Any crazy snow drifting, slamming into a fire hydrant stories you have, whatever you got, share it with us. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, there's got to be some good ones out there. I'm sure I'm not the only idiot.
Oh, my gosh, I know, and I bent up my poor old Mercedes. And good luck finding parts for a 69 Mercedes.
Right.
And I probably knocked more rust off than anything as far as damage goes.
Oh, boy.
And one quick other story. I've had all these totally inappropriate snow cars. My worst was I had an 83 Trans Am, like Knight Rider style.
Nice.
And got caught in a whiteout in that thing.
Right.
And I don't know, it was in college. I was going to see somebody. I forget what it was. Anyway, got caught in a whiteout, a complete blizzard. Had no snow tires, and it just had the little weenie 14-inch whatever tires on there. And same kind of deal as you explained, where you're sort of going sideways, and it's sort of you're not really controlling it. And I'm going up a hill, but it's going down, and the wheels are turning the opposite direction. I'm going, oh my god, I didn't know what to do. And, yeah. So, those are some fun memories, huh, Joe?
Oh yeah, definitely. Real quick. As a matter of fact, I went back up north to visit more recently, and specifically picked out on an all-wheel drive SUV when I got my rental.
Oh yeah,
just so I could go do all-wheel drive donuts in the snow.
Yeah. Now that you have so much experience, it's like you know how to do this.
Now that I'm a grown up,
you're like a grown gentleman. You know how to do these things.
Yeah,
you know how to comport yourself. This eggnog. It's sort of stuck in my throat. Is that a normal effect? It's sort of the thickness. It's sort of. Does it ever?
Yeah, it does. It leaves
a
like
while.
a coating. You may need some water or possibly some kind of carbonated beverage.
This is
to
not
fully take care
ideal
of it.
for podcasting. Eggnog. It's not the preferred drink of podcasters everywhere.
Oh man, we hadn't thought of that.
Okay, I'm back. And we're back, everybody.
All right.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic. Now,
Okay.
this is something that's fun. Christmas season, you're making your list. And this is wishing for a dream car is what we call this segment.
Oh man, there's so many of them.
I know there are. There's so many great cars. It's hard to choose. I know I've got a couple. So
All right, why don't you give me your dream car?
okay,
Tom?
well, I'm going to give you two. Now
Okay.
right now, the Z06 is the real apple of my eye right now. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I would never buy one. Maybe many, many years from now, if the price comes down and all that sort of thing. But,
Okay.
the one I want is super duper crazy expensive. And but anyway, that's just a car that I look at, and it's just so fantastically awesome. They're just coming out now. You're seeing videos of people dynoing them and running them and
Yep.
stuff. And I'm just excited. It's fun to see that. And what an incredible car. And it's even cooler to hear that engine is going to be showing up in Cadillacs and
Yeah.
who knows.
That's really
yeah.
cool.
So I guess I'm just sort of excited about that car and then that engine,
Right? Yeah.
I mean, it's just sort of the drivetrain and everything. So if the Z06 is definitely one I'd like to see under the tree. And the other is something called an R8. Are you familiar with the R8?
I'm so familiar with the R8 that you just stole my dream
Now,
car.
this might not be the R8 that you expect. It might not
Okay.
be the one you're thinking of.
Oh, all right.
This is the Holden HSV Maloo R8.
What?
It's the modern interpretation of the El Camino that's made by Holden of Australia.
Okay, I'm familiar with this El
Yes.
Camino looking vehicle.
Now, this is the fully tarted up version. Got the supercharged LS3 V8 in there.
Nice.
Got the gigantic brakes, all the tech inside. Got the tonneau cover, of course.
Right? Hold on, real quick, Tom. The supercharged LS3 you're referring to, is this like the old ZR1 motor or
No, I think they just take an LS3. I was on the website looking this thing all over, and they just take an LS3 and they slap a supercharger on it.
Oh, okay.
Some sort of, it looks like a nice aftermarket supercharger.
Oh,
But-
okay,
But
interesting.
HSV is like the performance division of Holden,
Right, okay.
which Holden is GM over in Australia.
Yeah.
But to me, it's I don't know, that to me is just such an awesome car. Growing up, we had an El Camino that we used to ride around. My dad had that we'd ride around in. And,
Right.
it's just so weird to me that it's almost like it's on another planet, that this car exists. This awesome, modern El Camino exists.
Yeah, there was a market for those things years ago, and it's I guess people don't think there is a market for them in the United States anymore, but they have that there in Australia.
Not only, I mean, they have all different flavors of these Maloo. They probably get one in a V6 or whatever, and they have them all the way up to this super duper supercharged V8 version with the gigantic
Yeah.
wheels and brakes and everything. And you just have to, folks, if you haven't seen this thing, just Google it. Just Google Maloo. It's MALOO. And then R8, and it's made by Holden or HSV, and you will just love it. There's videos of them doing all kind of crazy, drifts and burnouts and everything. So that's what I'd like to see under the tree, really, if I could have anything.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. It's got me thinking about back when they had the El Camino and the what was the Ford version? I can't even think of it right now. The Ranchero.
Yep. And you know what? Pontiac, when they came out with the G8 GT,
Yep.
they were going to release the Ute version. They're called Utes, that category.
Yeah.
They were
Yep.
going to release a Ute, a G8 GT Ute. And they actually had on their website a name this vehicle. They were looking for people in the public on Facebook or whatever to name it. A contest.
Right.
Well,
Cool.
Pontiac ended up going out of business. They never did anything
Yeah.
with that. So
Yeah.
Just think, if Pontiac could have just stretched out another year, we would have those here.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That we came that close to getting those things here. But anyway.
You know what else we need here again?
What?
Subaru Brats.
Yes.
And Volkswagen Rabbit pickups.
There are no tiny, cool pickups. Everything's giant.
No.
Everything's gigantic.
Yeah, it's too bad.
I know, that is. There's a really clean Subaru Brat that rolls around town. It's still got the seats with the little, the two handle grips, the like bicycle grips.
Yeah, those are so cool.
Yeah, there's one that runs around. It's in perfect shape that runs around town here. Love seeing that thing. All right.
Well, I gave away my car because the name was so similar to your El Camino.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yours, it's practically the same thing, my R8 and your R8.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same.
So you like the Audi R8.
Yeah, I think that yeah, kind of. Like, I mean, there's faster cars out there and that sort of thing. If I could afford to buy an R8, I'd hope that I could afford to twin turbo it as well.
Oh, yes. Now that's the setup right there.
Right, but really it's not so much the drivetrain in the R8. I mean, I love the way they sound. I know that people twin turbo them, and they're crazy fast and all that sort of thing. I like the looks of it on the outside, but I just think Audi interiors are amazing.
Oh, I could not agree more. They are so beautiful. The whole entire line.
Yeah, it is.
Entry level all the way up. They're beautiful.
Right.
And my favorite is they have an option. I don't know if it's across the entire line, but in a lot of their vehicles, they have the option of the quilted leather. That like diamond leather pattern.
Yep, that's really cool.
Oh my gosh, it is fantastic. There's a friend of a friend in town here that has an R8, and it's just to sit in it. It's just Audi. You're right. They take their interiors to just a whole nother level that I've never seen in any other car. That level of quality and just beauty, and engineering in there.
Right. That's why I choose the R8 of all the supercars there are out there. I think some of those supercars are kind of large too, and the R8's pretty small. I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, they're supposed to be coming out with the R8 Final Edition soon. Auto show season's kicking up, and right now we're just starting to see little teasers and things for the Detroit Auto Show coming up. So these next couple weeks are really good if you're a car guy, because all these little teaser shots and glimpses and rumors and stuff start coming out about the Detroit Auto Show, and there's a new R8 in the works. So
that's going to be
I
cool.
know that will. I don't know what. I mean, it's hard to know what they'll do. And folks, let me tell you something. Speaking of a YouTube video in the R8, there is an awesome factory tour of the Audi factory, like start to finish of building an R8.
Wow, that sounds
If you
awesome.
just Google it, it's like Ultimate Factories R8 factory or something like that, and it's in high def. And I tell you, it'll give you a whole new appreciation for that car of just how much time and effort and how many people are actually laying their hands on it throughout the build process.
Right, that's cool.
I have it in my favorites. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever seen. It's really good.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
So good choice there, Joe.
Thanks.
I mean, it's no Holden R8, it's no Ute, but yeah, it's all right.
So the two Utes.
Yeah. I mean, you can't throw a sheet of plywood in the back or anything, but,
Yeah. No, I get
Especially
it.
you could hook a trailer up to it. You could probably do that. Well, I wanted to follow up on a great question we had last week. It was Colin, right?
Yeah, Colin from Utah.
Colin from Utah with his Ford Mustang. And, the picture, Joe posted the picture up of it, and it says Cobra on it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's got like these Cobra stickers. And what I found online was the original car and driver road test of that vehicle. And,
that's cool.
Yeah, and it looks like it's black and white, but it looks like it looks like practically the same exact model, and it has those same Cobra graphics and stuff on it.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah, really neat. And they actually sing the praises of that four-cylinder carbureted turbo engine in here. Now, let me give you some numbers on it. Now, he was asking specifically about modifying it, and I found very little information about that. I mean, almost nothing.
Right. Okay.
So we're not giving him much advice. I mean, everyone was saying things like, swap in the newer fuel-injected 4-cylinder turbo from an SVO, or, convert it to EFI. Or, Joe, you saw some stuff, too, on it.
Yeah, I saw some people, basically, they said if you're going to keep it carbureted, you need to go to a blow-through setup.
Yeah.
That was pretty common answer.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's various performance benefits to that. But I don't know, after Colin, telling us about the history of it and the shape it's in, all factory original, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I saw lots of folks, in forums and things saying, leave it alone, it's going to be worth something. And
yeah, I could agree with that for sure.
I know, I'm kind of the same way. I would almost hate to see him tear into it. I would almost recommend that if he loves that engine and everything, just getting an old junky, I don't know, regular 4-cylinder Mustang and, sticking an SVO Thunderbird motor in there or something and going,
right, yeah.
Like if he wants a toy, like keep this one in good shape and just clean it up and restore it. I don't know. That was my initial thought anyway.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think that it's not really a blank canvas to build a hot rod off of, but it's a pretty cool car.
Definitely. And just quickly here. Now, I'm gonna give you some specs here. So the 5-liter V8. Give me a quarter mile time and trap speed. The 5-liter.
Did we just turn this into a game? 5-liter V8 quarter mile trap speed in 1979.
79 Mustang. 5-speed. Give me that. Give me that accelerator. You can give me 0 to 60 time if you want to. For bonus.
I want to do quarter mile.
Okay,
here.
do quarter mile.
I'm going with.
You want
16.4 at 79 miles an hour.
Okay, not bad. You sort of hit the average here. 17 seconds flat at 84.8 miles per hour. It was 150 horsepower V8.
Okay.
Now the 4-cylinder was pushing out 132 horsepower, the 4-cylinder turbo.
Right.
And the acceleration time on that one, actually very close, 0.4 of a second behind, 17.4 seconds at 82 miles per hour. So only, the numbers reflect it about a 20 horsepower difference.
Sure, yeah.
Amazing, really. I mean, at that time, 100,
right, yeah.
That they were that close in power and everything, and given that era and the emissions restrictions and things that were going on at that time. So pretty darn close performance.
Yeah, not bad.
And, I'm just looking at all the different specs of the car. Really interesting. And thanks again, Colin, for pointing that out. And our advice is don't do anything to it. Keep it clean and nice, and then go find another Mustang of that era and build it up and do crazy stuff to it.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we're at the end of our Christmas show right now, Tom. What do you think?
Yep, I think this is the Christmas episode. This is episode 3. We're wrapping it up here, Joe. I hope everyone now we can just sail right into Christmas Eve, and then, whether you got kids running around or other loved ones, whatever, just enjoy yourselves, have lots of fun, sneak out to the garage a little bit and wrench on your car if you can. I know I'm going to be doing that. How about you, Joe?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to make it out there for sure.
Cool. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening, and Merry Christmas.
And remember, Santa is watching you while you're sleeping.
Oh, no doubt. Always. Yeah, that's true. Thanks for that. Thanks for that stark reminder on Christmas, Joe.
Okay, bye-bye now.
See you.